Don't trip, you know? I know things is hard right now. You looking for a job. You out there hustling. Money gonna come your way, just don't trip. You gotta keep your shoes tied.
So I'm traveling a little bit light today, so I don't have the microphone out and about. Kind of hard to use it anyway. Just wanted to touch base. Today is the day before Russell Poole went to the sheriff's department 2 years ago. And so it was this day that Russell gets the phone call, and the phone call is to ask him what he wants to discuss at the meeting. And he tells them about the shooters being let into the club by an off-duty sheriff to kill Suge Knight, and the same sheriff dropping the shooters off at the airport the next day. And so think about it in these terms. You have Russell Poole, who is the whistleblower that gave us the Rampart scandal. We wouldn't have really known what happened at LAPD if it wasn't for Russell Poole. Russell Poole leaves the LAPD, holds a press conference, and talks about how there's corruption inside of LAPD. He talks about the Gaines Liga. He talks about the bank robbery, and he talks about the evidence going missing out of the evidence locker. And Russell Poole pieced all of this together to show how it all flowed through the halls of Death Row Records before he died. And that same person who gave us the Rampart scandal, the whistleblower who caused huge problems for LAPD because LAPD pushed him out. They did the wrong thing with him. And so he goes to a meeting with the sheriffs to talk about sheriff corruption, and he dies in the meeting. I mean, it really does defy logic, doesn't it? How is it that the whistleblower who gave us the Rampart scandal dies at the sheriff's? And when you think about the safest places to have a heart attack, the sheriff's has to be among the safest. Probably having a heart attack at the hospital is very safe. Having a heart attack at the sheriff's with so many people that are trained in CPR is probably the second most safe place to have a heart attack, and Russell Poole dies. And what Jim McDonald told me was that Russell Poole died before he hit the floor. And so we don't know how true that is. We don't really know anything because so far the sheriffs have stonewalled any investigation into what happened with Russell Poole. There was a FOIA that was done, and they stonewalled the FOIA. So it's looking like the sheriffs have a lot to lose and nothing to gain. And there's an election coming up in 2018 for sheriff. And so at this point, it looks like this could become a huge campaign issue in the election for sheriff. And let's hope it does, because the movie's going to come out and there's going to be an awful lot of heat on the sheriffs to tell us the truth of exactly what happened and exactly who was in the meeting. And now with Reggie Wright Jr. and Reggie Wright Sr. having been arrested for drug trafficking and money laundering, it's a good time to put pressure on everybody to do the right thing here, but to also tell the truth. More later.
Gas to ride the car. Ain't even got insurance, ain't going far. The cops pull me over, man. What should I do? Should I chill or should I run? Or will they shoot? Goddamn. Just gotta hold your head. Everything gonna be alright. You know how I go out here. You already know. Young black male, young black woman. The minority to the majority. Still don't change. It's like it never will change. They won't bother. I lost a brother, but my niece, she lost her father. And how do I feel? How can I be real? Feeling this way, the way they drag down in me till it's messed up, man. My hands on the wheel, I'm still drunk driving.